In the fall of 1861, when Mahavatar Babaji drew Lahiri Mahasaya with his great influence of magnetism up to Drangiri Mountain in the foothills of the Himalayas outside of Ranikhet, Lahiri was 33 years old, and he was married, he had a family, and he'd been working for 8 years already as an accountant for the military engineering department of the British government. And it was with Babaji that Babaji reignited the divine memory, the smriti, of who he really was, tearing asunder the veils that kept him aloof from his true self. And Babaji, of course, allowed him to be in that complete experience once more. And he touched Lahiri, and Lahiri found that deep connection with Babaji. And then, of course, we know that Babaji, on behalf of Lahiri, materialized the golden palace with many jewels. But that was just the thin veil of some ancient desire that was taken care of by Babaji for Lahiri. And then, as that went off into the ether in the early dawn, Babaji said, now it is time to refresh through initiation, Kriya, for you and for the world. And he was deeply touched by the experience of this Kriya ceremony. And it was in the early dawn. And in that afternoon, he sat to meditate, and Babaji came to him and passed his hand over his head. And Lahiri went into nirbikalpa samadhi for 7 days. Now that's one part of the story that maybe isn't something we will do tonight, but it's there because the potential is there for us. But coming out of that experience of that ecstasy of samadhi, Lahiri went to Babaji and implored him to allow him to stay with Babaji and to be in that setting with the other disciples. And this is where it becomes very personal to each one of us. Babaji responds by saying, you have spent many lifetimes alone in deep meditation. But now it is time for you to mingle in the world. You will bring spiritual solace to the countless people of the world who in their everyday challenges struggle to even think that God is a part of their lives. And Babaji says it is through this example of your life that you will initiate that fervor in many souls. But it's not only just his example, but the experience that he transfers personally to each one of us. Because Babaji says, you have no karma left. There is no need, therefore, for you to leave this world. Interesting logic, but very true. He says, you have nothing to gain from leaving this world, but by being here, you will support people. And then he says to Lahiri, he says, not of this world, you must yet live in it. And that is so rich for each one of us. That, yes, this isn't our home. We're strangers in this land. We're not of this world. But like Lahiri, we have yet to live in this world. And that's very, very important for us to understand, that sense of duality really isn't important. What's important is that we feel the unity in this moment, not when we're able to do the millions of kriyas ahead of us. Of course, that will enrich that. But in this moment, we have that experience already. And Lahiri goes on to ask Babaji, again, something very significant for each one of us and why we're here in this incarnation together. He asked Babaji to lessen the restrictions on giving Kriya. Because Babaji has just told him, give Kriya to those that have given complete renunciation to God in their lives. And Lahiri, on our behalf, says, but sir, there are so many people suffering. If they aren't given the opportunity now in their struggles to take the gift of this liberating technique of Kriya, what will they do? And Babaji says, your wish is fulfilled. And Lahiri is known for giving Kriya to everyone, of really giving that sense, that opportunity, that liberating experience through Kriya Yoga. And Lahiri counseled many that were struggling. And he said, solve all problems through meditation, through your practice of Kriya. Now, it wasn't as if you do Kriya, that specific problem is taken care of. I mean, that may happen, and we've probably all experienced to some degree that happening. But what he was saying is that aura, that magnetism of meditation of Kriya, that will allow you to tune into the divine consciousness, to have those solutions, to have those answers come through you, through your intuition, through your experience of daily life. A tremendous promise given to all of us. And then when devotees would feel, who are at a distance, the sadness of not being in his physical presence, Lahiri said something, again, a priceless jewel. He said, I am ever with those who practice Kriya. I will take you to the cosmic home through your enlarging perceptions. That is the promise. That is not only just the hope, that is our reality. And Lahiri has given that to us. Jai Lahiri.